and welcome back to my nodal series. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be discussing the North Node within the sign of Libra, meaning that if you have this placement, you also have your South Node in the sign of Aries. Now, first and foremost, for more information all about the nodes within astrology, then please be sure to check out my introduction video. And I would also like to highlight here that the nodes are strongly connected with karma and past lives, and for the purpose of the series I will be addressing them as such. I'm also going to be explaining these placements in a rather direct way, but please guys, please don't take everything that I say as set in stone or as absolute truth. And if you don't believe in past lives, then just try to look at the South Node as your younger years, whereas the North Node is being seen as your older years. I also made a video all about karma, so if any of you are interested in that video, then feel free to watch it if you'd like. Okay, North Node in Libra. Let's do this. Let's do this. So we're going to start off by looking at the South Node in Aries. So where are you coming from? First thing to be aware of with this placement is that in a past life you were self-sufficient, you were independent, and personal achievement was of high importance. You were so focused on self and your own achievements that you didn't pay much attention to teamwork or partnerships. Truly, you were a warrior, only concerned with yourself, sort of like it was survival of the fittest. And so you developed this no questions asked mentality where everything was stressed in a rather military order. Therefore, when it comes to the clothes that you wear and the possessions that you own, it's all ordered in a way that lines up with your discipline. Meaning that in this life, you possess strong tolerance for discipline and harsh limitations, where you expect others to endure the same discipline as you, the same punishment and the same deprivations as you. And this is all because it's rather difficult for you to understand when others won't accept the same restraints and sacrifices that you are willing to shoulder. It's this constant expectation of others handling situations the way you do, as you have a strong sense of self. Therefore, you imagine everyone else to be just like you. Furthermore, in a past life, your decision-making skills were very quick and sharp and instant. You made decisions without hesitation. And so now, in this life, you're accustomed to immediate action because you don't have to answer to anybody else, okay? You only take yourself basically into consideration and your own goals into account as well. You might be completely unaware of the effect that you have on other people. And without realizing it, you might use people to further your own goals at that. Oh yes, North Node in Libra, it seems that you are overly concerned with your own survival. But in this lifetime, such a focus is highly inappropriate. See, you've already learned how to survive in a previous life, but now you are here to help other people, to infuse them with the energy and confidence that you possess. That will then make other people stronger. Just like you, you're strong. And so you must be aware. You must be aware of your tendency to be selfish, as your attitude might be, my survival depends on looking out for myself first, and others should make sure that my needs are met, regardless of anyone else's concerns. But what you must be aware of here is that if you feel that others must constantly fill your needs for you to feel safe and connected, you just might find yourself needing more and more attention and energy just so you can feel okay. And this is not a position that you want to be in, North Node in Libra. It's about finding a partner who you give to, who will feel energized by you and will show you appreciation for doing so. And when you're able to do this, you will feel greatly satisfied when others see you for who you are, who appreciate you and who really want to give back to you. Now, the amazing thing about experiencing such a life prior to this one is that it provided you with a headstrong attitude, a just go out and get it type of attitude, feeling as if you can take the world by storm. There's just this natural ability where you can go after whatever it is that you want, no questions asked. And it's these things that have made you brave and self-reliant and independent, energizing, enterprising, motivational. Someone who never backs down. Someone who is able to take care of themselves. You're not one for becoming bogged down by obstacles, that's for sure. But still, you may have been highly self-involved in a previous life, focusing on your own needs and desires. Through all of these qualities and traits that you learn to really understand you. But again, like I said, in this life, you might find it relatively difficult to stop and realize other people. And it's other people that you might be stepping on or pushing to the side also you can hold on to these needs and desires that you're just so sure about. Ultimately, there is a trap here of searching endlessly for independence, where you might think to yourself, if I can just be self-sufficient enough, I'll have the confidence then to relate successfully with others and I won't feel so lonely. And this is because in actuality, accomplishments and independence, they don't actually make you feel all that complete. All about the self, North Node in Libra, yet something just doesn't feel right. Because you don't feel a strong sense of self to become a part of the team. And so it's about supporting someone else. And when you do reach out to help the other, what happens is that you discover more about who you are through them. I do find this quite funny because last week I posted an Instagram story about this song that I was listening to. So I overheard it in the dressing rooms. It's called I Like Me Better When I'm With You. Now, at first when I heard these lyrics, I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun instantly and just thought, oh my goodness, is this suggesting that one should like themselves less whenever they aren't with someone else? But then I realized, whoa, okay Hannah, maybe you're not quite grasping relationships here. The thing about me is that I haven't been in a long-term relationship with someone for a very long time. So it could be maybe why I feel slightly out of touch with the deeper essence and meaning of them perhaps. Or it could just be that I thought far too quickly and it was just too instant for my own good, and that's my Aries energy just coming out and thinking and assuming. But you know what, after thinking about it for a little while and pondering over the song, the message of the song further, I thought, okay, you know what, yeah. When we are with another person, is it not amazing to think that that other person brings out different aspects of us that we really like and appreciate, that perhaps we don't appreciate until it's brought to our awareness through someone else? And of course, that's clear through the 7th house in astrology, which is the house of projection and reflection. And it's projection and reflection that can be used in a very positive light, where we can become aware of certain traits that are hidden in our unconscious. So what if there are qualities about ourselves that can only be accessed through the other? It's kind of this bringing together the conscious and the unconscious into the one house of the self with the other, right? Because it's qualities about ourselves that we are not conscious of, that we become conscious of through our one-on-one relationships. One of my followers actually on Instagram, her name is Christina. Christina, if you're watching this, hello to you. Thank you for sending your message. She actually sent me a message after my Instagram story that I just told you about. And she said to me that liking myself better when I'm with someone is an acknowledgement that the other person is a reflection of aspects of myself, which I appreciate. And it's this message that truly just made it click for me that in fact relationships are very, very important. Now, not just with the self, but with the other as well, because it's through the other that we come to understand and appreciate the self as well. Therefore, North Node in Libra, take it from someone with an Aries moon, through the other, you too can appreciate the self. You see, what you truly want in this life is to be your own person, to be the center of attention, to discover yourself in different life situations, and to surround yourself with people who feed you energy. But in order to achieve this, you need to refocus your attention away from yourself and discover the nature of the people who have been drawn to you. And in order to do this, some tendencies that you must try to leave behind include impulsiveness, lack of awareness of others' needs for support, thoughtless self-assertion, selfishness, self-centeredness, expecting others to be like you-ness. No, I'm just joking. Expecting others to be like you, and resistance to compromise. So, with all of this information in mind, where are you headed in this life as we explain your North Node in Libra? And also, what are some steps that you can put in place for yourself in order to head in this direction? The first step, North Node in Libra, is learning to apply everything you have learned as warriors and use it constructively in relationships with others. It's no longer about being overly concerned with self and how much you know how to take care of number one, but understanding that there are other players in the game now. Now, you might not know who these other players are, as you're so used to focusing on yourself, right? You're focusing all of your attention on yourself. But when others hear you call out loudly, "Me first, me first," others might not respond to you so well, as they just might pull away. Therefore, it's about stopping for a moment and thinking, who else is there in the surrounding areas? Who might you be affecting with your actions? When you do communicate with others, are you truly listening to what they are saying? Or are you wondering if you're sort of getting your fair share? In fact, if you feel as if you're not getting your fair share out of the discussion, you might think that you're being used. And if you feel as if you are being used, you might push that person away. This is because everything depends on your motivation in listening to others. You might simply just listen so that you can move on as fast as possible and onto yourself or onto a topic that you prefer. As an Aries moon, I'm just going to raise my hand up and say, I can do this. I have the tendency of doing this. And so, North Node in Libra, in order to find this healthy balance between you and the other, and between your North Node and your South Node, you need to get in touch with a feeling of internal social harmony. And it's the internal social harmony that will help you focus on others and stop putting yourself first all the time. And this is actually another thing that I'm growing to understand more, and it's this sense of self-love. So, of course, there's much information about self-love and promotion of self-love, which I do highly agree with. But at the same time, I do often question, what does self-love truly mean? Now, by definition, self-love means to have regard for one's own well-being and happiness. But does putting another person first mean that one is not showing love to oneself? Or can self-love also be found by putting another person first through the act of love? Because essentially, by us giving love to another, it too provides us with love for self, right? In fact, there are plenty of things that we can do that give to another person before ourselves, which in return is giving to ourselves as well. For example, you could buy a homeless person a coffee. You can let someone on the bus before you in the queue, or say you're in the queue in Starbucks and you're ordering your coffee, you can let someone in front of you in the queue as well. You can stop on the street to listen to someone talk about their beliefs and why they believe what they believe. You can use your money, if you have a certain amount of money that you're going to buy with a chocolate bar, instead of buying that chocolate bar, you can use that money to buy your mum or your dad or your sister or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, a bunch of flowers, you know, something like that. Small acts like these that put other people first. Now, of course, that's not to say that we continuously do that, where we give and give and give and give and give, and so we essentially are not in balance anymore. It's about finding the balance with it. So North Node in Libra, you are the node, right, connected with balance, because Libra is all about harmony and balance. And essentially, it's really important for you to show love to the self and to others as well. Though, what I would like to highlight here, something I think is quite important to bring to your attention, North Node in Libra, is that you can be painfully self-conscious and judgmental of what you deem to be your negative qualities. You might see all of your unacceptable qualities, which you focus on hiding. But this process, it actually prevents others from getting close to you. In fact, not knowing what you are hiding, others might not trust you and they might back away. Then what happens is you get feedback from them, because they're backing away, that there's something wrong with you, which was exactly what you expected in the first place, resulting in this possibility where you can never fully partner up with another person because you're far too afraid of letting your guard down. And so you don't want others to see who you really are, because you don't want others to judge and reject you, which is essentially why it's very important, North Node in Libra, for you to stop judging yourself and be yourself. It's about being honest and learning how to start connecting with people and developing positive relationships. You need to become attuned to the world and to others instead of just yourself. Because when you focus too much on yourself, on that South Node in Aries, you see what the other person is giving back to you, and you see only your own incompleteness, resulting in your confidence levels just dropping. But when you focus on supporting and healing the other person, where you can tap into that North Node and bring them into a balance, you will no longer feel self-conscious. And as you put your energy into others, you will receive the approval and energy you need. Meaning that the key to your own self-confidence lies in stimulating the confidence and enthusiasm of others. In this life, you are much too tied up in your own identities that you might be unaware of who you are dealing with in relationships. And so what you do is you project your own identity onto the other person and then try to relate to that person, which eventually just backfires, because when others don't turn out to be the way that you thought, then this just completely surprises you. And when you don't get your own way, you just might throw a tantrum to force the other person to go along with what you want. But what you must understand, North Node in Libra, is that you will experience many bitter lessons until you learn that nobody wins through losing your cool. And so naturally, it's about you developing mutual exchange, energy, and admiration between you and others, which you do crave in this life. Overall, North Node in Libra. In this life, you are learning to use your past life gift of self-confidence as a tool for peacemaking and helping establish justice for others. And when you do this, you will create positive results, because when you use your strong self-identity to support others, you gain a sense of inner satisfaction and completeness. It's about creating win-win situations between you and other people. It's seeing things through another person's eyes. It's communicating your own sense of self-identity with another person. And it's developing qualities of tact, diplomacy, cooperation, and mutual understanding. Okay guys, so that concludes my video on the North Node in Libra. If you happen to have your North Node in Libra, I would like to know which house your North Node in Libra is in. Let us know in the comment section. And I also hope that you were able to benefit greatly from this video today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you like to see more videos from myself, then go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!